And to bring us more details on this news story, I'm joined in by Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who joins me live from Islamabad. Let's quickly go across to Anas. Anas, a very good morning to you. This is indeed a major development, especially after US has already placed Pakistan on a watch list last year. Let's say that this is clearly going to ramp up pressure on the country as far as its treatment towards the minorities go.
Well, certainly, Akansha, it's a big development that is on from the US side to the Pakistani side. The pressure just mounts in view of those diplomatic activity in Pakistan and the United States as well. Now, if you look at the stats over the time, at least in the past year, Pakistan's record for treating religious minorities have drastically improved, contrary to what has been shown in the US report. The global religious freedom index, also the Pakistan raised its numbers by about 10 to 12%. So the amount of the percentage of which that was there last year that made Pakistan being put on the watch list, that is certainly not there anymore. So the Pakistani administration is quite surprised by this step, by this move of the United States, and now it views this that it's a victimization move, and rather it's a politically motivated move. Now, the Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs just a while back issued a formal statement, and I quote that Pakistan rejects the US State Department's unilateral and politically motivated pronouncement released today in the context of its annual religious report. So clearly, the Pakistani side seeing it as a political move, and then it has also raised questions on the credibility of the jury as well, on the impartiality of the jury as well, and said that it totally reflects bias. Pakistan has also said in its press release, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has said that 4% of Pakistan's population is being constituted by the religious minorities, and the Constitution of Pakistan guarantees them free movement. Yes, Akansha.
Well, Anas, that's what the Constitution actually guarantees them, and I get what the Pakistani government's stance is. But if you look at the backlash that Asia Bibi's verdict actually received, considering Bibi is Christian, space for religious minorities has actually been shrinking in Pakistan.
Well, yes, Asia Bibi's case was an eye-opener for the administration, for the Pakistani administration as well, and what we understand is that the Pakistani side knew that the world was watching as well. Therefore, the onus of responsibility on to delivering and backing the Supreme Court's verdict, ensuring justice is done, lied on the Pakistani administration. Therefore, it decided not to bow down to the religious extremists, to the right-wing extremists, and rather stand by the judiciary verdict. We saw a crackdown coming in as well, and what we can confirm that the Pakistani administration, those in the government, especially at the religious ministry and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they saw that verdict and the backing of the state to that verdict that acquitted Asia Bibi as a shot in the arm, and they did see it as a way out for the Pakistani administration to be put out of that watch list, given that hand in hand that the Pakistani graph going up on the religious freedom index as well, the global religious freedom index. But as I said, the Pakistani administration sees this as a more of a shocker, because even in Pakistan, if you look at stats in the past 1 year, or especially in the past 6 months, the graph has drastically reduced down when it comes to religiously motivated violence, and that is definitely an achievement for both the previous government and for the current government as well, for ensuring delivery of rights to the religious minorities.
You know what's taking me by surprise is that it's anybody's guess why the Pakistani government is taking this move by the Trump administration as a shocker, because abusive enforcement of the country's strict blasphemy law results in suppression of non-Muslims, and we also include the Ahmadis, the Christians, and also the Shias. So it's important to talk about the blasphemy law also, and let's just wrap with that.
Well, yes, the blasphemy law remains a core problem here in Pakistan. Problem is because it is not defined. It has a lot of grey area. Any 4 people can go against one person and testify and implicate him in blasphemy charges as well. But when it comes to violence on Ahmadis or Shias, or for that matter Hazaras, those in Quetta, those who have migrated from Afghanistan to the southern city of Quetta. We've seen again, the perpetrators of attacks on Shias or on Hazaras or even Ahmadis being caught and then being brought to justice. We saw that major operation in Quetta in Balochistan where the head of Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, he was shot down by the armed forces as well, and that person was wanted for killing about 500 Shias. That he was on record. They had video evidence. He had been proclaiming about that. Similarly, we saw that mob that attacked the Ahmadi family in Chakwal, just about 100 kilometers from Islamabad, from where I am right now. Chakwal is densely populated by Ahmadi population, by the Ahmadi community, and their religious sites were attacked, and we saw those 6 people being caught as well. If you go again towards towards the south side and further down towards southern Punjab as well, we've seen incidents, but we're seeing action as well, and people being brought to justice, not just cases being registered. So action is being practically taken by the Pakistani administration on ground to ensure religious freedom for minorities.
Right. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, Anas, for bringing us all the details. As you rightly mentioned, that action has been, now it's being taken, and let's hope that Imran Khan government is able to actually put an end to the suppression of the minorities.